A strange humming sound and a brass disc engraved with bizarre symbols. Here are 10 unsolved mysteries. Number 10. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is an astonishing book bought by Wilfried Michael Voynich in the early 20th century. The book is about 240 pages long and contains text that till today no one has ever deciphered. And as if this wasn't enough, this book also contains a lot of drawings of strange plants that we don't know on our planet. Maybe it's extraterrestrial? Who knows? Number 9. The Nazca Lines. Located in the Nazca Desert in southern Peru, here you will find strange big lines carved into the ground. On ground level these don't make much sense, but from a bird-eye view you will see that these lines actually create huge pictures of animals. But for what reason? No one knows. Number 8. The SS Orang Medan. What happened on this ship is perhaps the most fascinating story that ever occurred on the sea. In 1947, the SS Orang Medan morsed a SOS message out to the Silver Star with the text: "We float, all officers including the captain, dead in chart room and on the bridge. Probably whole crew dead." After a few confused dots and dashes, 2 words came through. They were, "I die." That's when the Morse signal stopped. Once the Silver Star reached the ship, they found everybody dead, sprawled on their backs. The frozen faces upturned to the sun, with mouth gaping open and eyes staring. The dead bodies resembled horrible caricatures. None of these corpses had any sign of injury. After a while on board, a fire broke out in the cargo hold, which forced the boarding party to evacuate the freighter. Soon after, they saw the ship explode and sink to the ground. No more investigations were possible, and what really happened to the crew remains unknown. Number 7. The Tails Hum. Not every person can hear this low frequency sound, which sounds according to descriptions like a distant diesel engine idling. Other elements seem to be significantly associated with the hum. Reported by a majority of hearers, they often heard the sound stronger indoors or only indoors. For those who can hear the hum, it is often a disturbing experience, which in the UK led to 3 suicides. Number 6. Cryptos. Cryptos is a sculpture by the American artist Jim Sanborn that is located on the grounds of the Central Intelligence Agency in Langley, Virginia. Since its dedication on November 3rd, 1990, there has been much speculation about the meaning of the encrypted messages it bears. Of the 4 messages, 3 have been solved, while the 4th remains as one of the most famous unsolved codes in the world. The sculpture continues to be of interest to cryptanalysts, both amateur and professional, who are attempting to decipher the final section. Number 5. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, England, one of the most famous sites in the world. Stonehenge is the remains of a ring of standing stones set within earthworks. It is in the middle of the most dense complex of Neolithic and Bronze Age monuments in England, including several hundred burial mounds. Archaeologists believe it was built anywhere from 3000 BC to 2000 BC. Radiocarbon dating in 2008 suggested that the first stones were raised between 2400 and 2200 BC, whilst another theory suggests that blue stones may have been raised at the site as early as 3000 BC. Nobody knows the purpose of these stones. Number 4. The Shroud of Turin. The shroud, containing an imprint of a human face, has been one of the main focuses of Christian research, as many have suggested that the person's face in the shroud could be Jesus Christ of Nazareth. But maybe it is the face of Doc Brown who traveled back in time and played a prank on a church. Number 3. The Wow Signal. The Wow Signal was a strong narrowband radio signal detected by Jerry R. Eman on August 15th, 1977. When he was working on a SETI project at the Big Ear radio telescope of The Ohio State University. The signal bore the expected hallmarks of non-terrestrial and non-solar system origin. The signal appears to have come from the northwest of the globular cluster of M55 in the constellation Sagittarius, near the Chi-Sagittari star group. The entire signal sequence lasted for the full 72-second window that Big Ear was able to observe it. but has not been detected again. This is one of the only proof of intelligent life outside of our home planet. Number 2. D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper is a media epithet popularly used to refer to an unknown man who hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft in the airspace between Portland, Oregon and Seattle, Washington on November 24, 1971. He extorted $200,000 in ransom, which would be as much as $1.16 million today, and parachuted to an uncertain fate. Despite an extensive manhunt and ongoing FBI investigations, the perpetrator has never been located or positively identified. The case remains the only unsolved air piracy in American aviation history. Number 1. The Phaistos Disc. The Phaistos Disc is a Bronze Age artifact. The disc is about 15 centimeters, for the American guys out there, 5.9 inches in diameter, and is made of clay. It is covered with many symbols. It is from the civilization of Minoa on the Greek island of Crete, possibly from the 2nd millennium before Christ. The symbols cover both sides of the disc. They show everyday things. They were stamped onto the disc, pressed into the clay when it was still soft. They run in a spiral. This disc is the first known printed work in history, in the sense that there was a reusable set of characters and drawings. It is the only artifact of its kind. Many questions have been asked about the disc, about its purpose, and if the signs shown actually represent writing. In total, there are 242 tokens on the disc, taken from a set of 45 unique signs. They are arranged in 61 groups, separated by lines. Groups are between 2 and 7 stamps long, because the text is very short. And the disc is unique, it is likely that it will not be deciphered. I would say it was just a board game for kids in the old times. Or maybe aliens.